Welcome everyone to Living with the Times. This week's Parsha is Parshat Yitro, where we receive the Torah at Sinai. As part of our prayers on Shabbat, we ask Hashem, Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, make us holy in your mitzvot, v'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, and give us our portion in the Torah. So what does that mean? What are we asking for? To give us our portion in the Torah. One of the very, very important concepts that we have is Shivim Panim LaTorah. There are 70 faces to the Torah. What this means is symbolically that there are multitude of perspectives. Every person is unique. Every generation is unique. And the Torah is infinite. The Torah is eternal. And so the idea of 70 faces in the Torah is that each person has to develop their own way of relating to the Torah, the way that they can integrate the Torah. The Arizal says there are 600,000 faces of the Torah, one for each root soul in Israel and for each letter in the Torah. And again, because everyone is unique, we're going to develop a unique perspective. But here we're asking God, help us find our unique face in the Torah. And when we find our face in the Torah, that's when the Torah really becomes ours. Torah Tenu, our Torah. Because until then, it's as if it's one removed. So that's our prayer. V'tein chelkenu b'toratecha. So this word chelek is also what we say about the soul. That the nefesh elokit, the divine soul, is chelek eloka mima'al mamash, an actual part of God above. And so when we connect to our portion in the Torah, our chelek in the Torah, our soul connects directly with God. That's what it says in the Zohar, that God, the Torah, and Israel are one. But we have to work spiritually to make the Torah ours, and that opens up our soul to a direct connection with God. So the Baal Shem Tov taught, if you hold on to a part, you hold on to the whole. In other words, things that are essentially whole, even if you hold on to a part, you're holding on to the whole. Because the Torah is infinite. It's eternal. It's archetypal. And even if we had 10 lifetimes, it wouldn't be enough to learn the whole Torah. The Torah is so much greater than we could ever grasp. But mystically, spiritually, if you hold on to a part, you're holding on to the whole. And therefore, even though we can't grasp the whole thing, if we are granted our portion in the Torah, that keeps us connected to the whole Torah. The Slonim Rebbe gave a parable, a mashal, that someone falls overboard from a ship, and the ship continues to travel in the sea. And the person is yelling for help, and someone sees him, they throw a rope overboard, and he's able to grasp onto the rope, and little by little, he's trying to get back to the boat. As long as he is holding on to the rope, he's holding on to the ship. So it's the same thing. When you hold on to a part, you hold on to the whole. So that is why we're praying for our relatively small portion of the Torah, but that small portion keeps us connected to the whole. It opens up the whole Torah to us. Now there's another place where this word chelek plays an important part, and that's in Pirkei Avot. Eza ashir hasamech bechelko. Who is the rich person? The one who is happy with their portion, with their lot. And this is usually interpreted meaning that we should be happy with what we have. We should appreciate what we have and not always be looking at our neighbor and what they have. But we should be happy and acknowledge the great riches we have with what we have. That is the formula for joy. But there's another way to interpret it. When it says, Hasamech bechelko, so the translation is happy with his portion. But it could also mean that the his is someone else's portion. So what is true happiness? When not only can we be happy with what we have, but we're happy when others have what they have. And we're not jealous. And we're not wondering, why does that guy have it and I don't have it? When we're happy with when someone else has a portion also. So right now, I just want to connect to a bigger picture here. Is Israel is in a time of war. And we feel every loss, every day, unfortunately, soldiers are dying. And so just like who is the rich one, the one who is happy with their lot, we could say, who is a real person, a sincere person, a person with heartfelt compassion, is when we can feel the loss of others around us also. Not just lip service and not just a momentary feeling bad for other people, but a real deep feeling, and it's really here in Israel right now, is we have to get on with our lives, and life continues, but every time we hear of another loss, it touches us so deeply. So when we pray, V'tein chalkenu b'toratecha, grant us our portion in the Torah, it also means grant us our portion with all of Israel. Remember what the Zohar says, God, the Torah, and Israel are one. So if a letter is missing in the Sefer Torah, you can't read it publicly. It becomes invalid. And so it's the same thing with Israel. Every loss takes away from the whole. And each chelek, each portion of the whole feels also the loss. So it works in the positive, and it works when things aren't going so well. So Bezrat Hashem, this week, when we read again about receiving the Torah, we'll keep in mind this idea that the Torah, in a sense, is the ladder that connects us with God, but it also connects us with every other Jew. And ultimately, it will connect us to every human being. Because when the full redemption comes, as the great prophet Isaiah says, the knowledge of God will fill the earth like the waters cover the sea. and all of humanity will come together and acknowledge the one God, and we will create, Bezrat Hashem, a spiritual global village.